Memory of Grandma. I remember clearly. I was 8 years old. It was a chilly spring morning. I woke up with worry because Grandma had been taken to the hospital the night before. The room was dark. I saw my father sitting by the bed, his face mixed with sadness and exhaustion. The flickering oil lamp cast shadows on the wall, surrounding his figure. I noticed my grandma lying on the bed next to mine. At first, I felt slightly at ease. Oh, Grandma is sleeping. She was still in the same dress from yesterday, the traditional Chinese style she had made herself. She appeared to be sleeping, but something felt different. Why wasn't she in bed with me? Why wasn't she covered with a quilt? Didn't she feel cold? And why was her face covered with fabric? A deep fear rose inside me. My father caught my gaze and sighed sadly. Grandma is gone. Gone. I didn't fully understand, but an overwhelming sorrow enveloped me. Tears flooded my face. My small world was collapsing. Why my grandma? My heart felt like it was bleeding. How can I live without her? When I got home after school, she would never be there again. Her hands were cold, and I could no longer feel her warmth or hear her voice calling my name. Grandma's death marked the end of a chapter in my early childhood. The companionship and love she presented were gone, exposing the emotional distance between me and my parents. Like many traditional Chinese families in the 1980s, China was undergoing significant change after the Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976. Cities expanded, and the market economy grew. Many young parents left their children with grandparents to work far from home, becoming physically and emotionally distant. Although my parents worked hard to provide a better future, my memories of them from early childhood are blurry. Grandparents naturally filled that gap, becoming primary caregivers. This shift reflects the reality in 1980s China, where traditional multi-generational households began breaking down as the country modernized, affecting family dynamics. Even 4 decades later, this impact continues to affect millions of Chinese families. As rapid social and economic changes swept through the country, many families still experience parent-child gaps. The bond between grandparents and grandchildren remains a cherished part of traditional Chinese culture, but it came at the cost of parents missing key moments in their children's childhood. With a perspective, I'm Jianmin Galapo.